Musicians Institute Guitarcraft Program, sponsor of Fox 17 Rock and Review.
Fox 17 Rock and Review, my very special, funny, and talented guest, Jenny Gill.
Whoa, thanks.
You know, we were talking earlier on the news to where the first time I got to hear you sing was at actually the Predators hockey game.
I know, man.
And you were doing the national anthem and just nailing it.
You know, the key with the national anthem, don't get fancy with it. You just sing the melody and just go, get it done. It's
I need to tell my
song.
daughter this because I'm trying to get her to do that so that then she can get us into like events free.
Oh, like sporting events, like football games.
Right.
Oh, God, you guys are all the same. No, I get it. I get it.
Well, now, speaking of getting it, let's talk about the house sessions.
Okay.
The brand new album just came out this last month.
It did.
And I love it. You got 6 tracks on here, and you wrote 5 of them.
I did.
And the 6th one, The Letter, is a great one, too.
You're kind of loving it.
I am. I like your take on it, you know? But it's so funny. We were talking earlier that Lonely Lost Me is also the track that Sheryl Crow sang on with you.
It's like every time somebody says that, I still can't believe that it happened, that Sheryl Crow is singing on my album. She showed up to the house while we were working on that track that day, and I just, hey, you know, you just got to put it out there sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, you want to sing with me on my record? And she was so gracious, and she said yes, and she sounds amazing, of course. So.
Well, now this is also the song that you've got the music video with your son in.
It is. Wyatt, my 2-year-old, when we were listening to all this music and getting it all finished up, he started saying, Mama music, Mama music. And that was the song he always wanted to hear.
Wow.
So I've heard that song literally 1,037 times, I think. I'm so sick of myself.
It's like Barney for the rest of us.
It
then.
is.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Or the Wiggles.
Well, I'll take myself over Barney. So
or the Wiggles.
I guess I'm winning, right?
Yes, you are, by far.
Oh, when it was time to make a video, it only made sense to have Wyatt be my leading man. So.
Well, yeah, and you were telling me too that you shot it in your dad's backyard.
Yeah, Dad and Amy, they have a beautiful property here in Nashville, and they were kind enough to let me and my husband get married in their backyard, and there's this beautiful little garden space, and that's where we shot the video. It kind of felt full circle.
Yeah.
It's where Josh proposed, where we said I do, and now our little boy is running around making memories there.
Yeah. Well, now I want to talk also, you know, you did some backup singing for Amy as well.
I did.
On the road, and that sort of warmed you up for this, right?
It really did. I've been working with Amy for about 7 years now. I was actually offered the gig as a substitute for her normal singer who was about to have her first child.
Ah, okay.
And so I expected to be on this road gig for maybe a month or 2.
Right.
And then they just kept calling me, and I kept saying yes.
Yeah.
And 7 years later, so grateful for all the singing and stage experience. It really gave me all the confidence to try to do something on my own.
Right. Well, and with its own time, we were talking also about, you know, obviously you recorded this, you know, in your dad, Vince Gill's home studio, but how did you end up with the studio time? Tell me about that.
Well, originally I had asked for studio time in the night hours. I had a couple of songs I thought were kind of cool, and I thought, well, maybe we just do simple demos. Maybe I can come in the middle of the night when nobody's going to be working and just play around in the studio.
Yeah.
And Christmas was around the corner, and that Christmas morning, Dad offered me a full-on session in the studio with all of his buddies that are world-class musicians. It's really like unfair, the list of musicians I have
the list.
on this project.
Go ahead and tell our viewers a few.
Well, I'm going to miss a few names because there's several. I've got Greg Morrow on drums. Willie Weeks is playing bass on this. Jack Pearson's playing guitar, and so is Tom Bukovac. I mean, it's just insane. John Randall is singing harmonies.
Just a few people hanging out at the house.
It's just
playing on your album.
It's just another day at the Gill household, you know. God, roll your eyes. I know, gag.
But what perfect timing though too, because you were talking, you know, once you got married and you had Wyatt and everything, and it's like now it's like more time to focus on your music career and sort of go places with that.
Yeah, I kind of like how all the timing has worked out. We started recording this before Wyatt came, and then Wyatt came and we had to hit the pause button for a second, but he really gave me all that confidence I needed to just put music out there and see what would happen. You know, there's a lot of pressure when your parents are so successful. You kind of have this fear of being compared all the time. Sure. And oh, well, by, you know, how old are you? What was your dad doing when he was that age? You know, and that all can mess with your head. And then it's like, that doesn't even, none of that even matters. What am I doing? This is silly.
After you've had a child, it's like, okay, well, you know, I can do this career.
Do anything. After surviving that first year with Wyatt, I was home full time with him. Wow. And I'm an only child and a spoiled brat. So that was like the most,
I can relate.
That was the craziest lifestyle change of all time. It's like, what's happening? And now, like, check me out. I can do anything.
Well, you know, and I'll tell you what, we were talking earlier too on it, Jenny, to where your vocals, some people have compared them to bluesy. I would say almost jazzy. I mean, you've got a very smooth sound. It's not a typical country sound.
It's not, but I think that's a good thing. I'm not a typical female vocalist in the country genre. I don't do a lot of powerful, hard-hitting singing. I love that style of singing, but this record kind of showcases a different part of my voice. It's mellower, it's a little laid back, a little sultry, and it's something you just kind of put on the background and maybe drink some wine to, and before you know it, it's repeated itself. But also,
I think you're covering multiple genres within this one EP.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's sort of, you know, like I told you when I was listening to it in my car, it's like, you know, you're listening through, you're like, well, it's kind of bluesy, kind of jazzy. You have like the country feel and everything. You know, I think about like your mom with that stuff. And then you come to the end, and you've got the letter. I'm like going,
I know,
okay,
like,
well, we're kind of rocking now.
We're rocking your faces off. You know, we got to end the show with a bang.
Yeah.
Oh, it really speaks to what I like to listen to. And, you know, it's all kinds of things. And so I really wanted to incorporate just all of me that I could
I think you
on
did
this
well.
project. Oh, thanks.
So what's going to be next? You've got a couple shows coming up in March.
Yeah, I got a couple shows coming up in March. I got a full band show coming up April 19th at 3rd and Lindsley. It's one of my favorite clubs to play in Nashville. The owner of 3rd and Lindsley, Ron, has been so kind to me over the years.
And I love the sound quality there.
And they have really done such a great job with that event space.
Oh, yeah.
It feels so good to play there and to go to shows there. And so I'll be sharing a night with the Sisterhood, April 19th.
Very nice.
It's a Wednesday, so if you're free, you should come out.
Yeah, definitely. And look at that. Viewers should check it out. And you were at the Bluebird not long ago.
I played a Valentine's Day show at the Bluebird and hosted a little round, and we had such a good time singing a bunch of love songs and breakup songs.
Which is perfect for Valentine's.
I know. My husband was having a boy ski trip that week, so he had the night off, and it's like, this is how much I love my husband. I let him take a boys ski trip over Valentine's Day.
And then you went to the Bluebird.
He didn't send me nothing either. I sent him cigars and snacks.
See, you're a good wife.
I got a bunch of nothing. Hey, but that's what happens when you're, 7 years into marriage, and man, we've been together 12 years now. I can't even believe it.
Back to Guys and Dolls, right?
I know. We met each other in grade school, and we were in high school. We were the lead role in our senior musical, Guys and Dolls.
So neat.
He was my Sky Masterson. He swept me off my feet
in
the play and in real life. I can't even believe it. So
the next song.
Oh my gosh. Oh, there we go. Let's write it.
Yeah, right now. Well, let's talk about this also. Now, where can everybody buy the album? I mean, let's talk about your website and your social media.
Yeah, I just made a new website all by myself. I can't believe how DIY I am with my career so far. This capability thing is feeling so empowered. I know. If you check out jennygillmusic.com, you can buy a physical copy of this CD. You can also check it out on iTunes and Amazon.
Awesome.
And I have my video and all my crazy, weird shenanigans that I get into on my Facebook
And
page.
social media.
And
where
Instagram,
you
yeah.
can see the cracker episode.
Oh, my son and the crackers. Yeah, I try to do some live videos here and there of what it's like to be the mom of a toddler. He's such a good kid, and he's very entertaining. So I just think it's so cool that we get to invite people into our lives and just get a snippet of who we are. And I love sharing it with my fans because they're nothing but the most supportive voices in my head that keep me going. So I'm very present online, and I love interacting with everybody.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think the timing was right. The album's incredible.
Oh,
so
thanks.
the house sessions, be sure and pick up a copy.
Yeah.
You can go to Jenny's website, or you can download it off iTunes and catch her live too. I can tell you from hearing her live and on the album, incredible voice, incredible talent.
Thank you so much.
Jenny Gill, thanks for watching the Fox 17 Rock and Review.
Musicians Institute Guitarcraft program, sponsor of Fox 17 Rock and Review.